Hi dear students, I welcome you all for this wonderful video lecture series on problem solving using C++. Today, actually, we are going to discuss about friend functions. There's another interesting concepts in C++. So let us see this, what is friend functions, how we are using in C++. Before that, I introduce myself. Myself, Shankar. I'm working as assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at RMD Engineering College, Chennai. So today our topic is friend functions. So let us see detailedly what is friend functions. Friend function of a class is defined outside the class scope, but it has the right to access all private and protected members of the class. Even though the prototypes for friend functions appear in the class definition, friends are not member functions. A friend can be a function template, or member function, or a class or class template, in which case the entire class and all of its members are friends. To declare a function as a friend of a class, it should precede the function prototype in the class definition with the keyword called friend. So this is what given in this slide, right? Yes, let us see the explanations, what actually the friend function is. Friend function is a non-member function generally. It means that the friend function is not defined inside the class. We know that you just see this is our first point, right? A friend function is a class. Friend function of a class is defined outside the class scope. We know very well in the previous lecture for I think classes and object we had discussed whatever the function or data member we are defined inside the class is called a member of the class. If it is data, we can call it as data member. If it is a function, we call it as member function, right? Member function in the sense the function which is defined inside the class. But what I said, the friend function is a non-member function. Non-member function in the sense the function is not defined inside the class. That's why they have given here it as outside of the class scope. Okay, also we know very well if we have declared anything inside the class, then we can have a rights to access the class properties, right? Whatever the data member we have defined inside the class, that only we can able to access with the help of objects, correct? Yes. But here what we said is a friend function is a non-member function, right? Non-member function generally we cannot able to access inside the class because the scope is outside the class. But but we can it means that the friend function can access all the properties of class members. How? In the sense that is the concept of friend function, right? Okay. Next, even though the prototype for friend functions appear in the class definition, friends are not member functions. That's why I said what I said. Friend functions are not member functions, even though the prototypes for the friend functions appear in the class definition. The friends are not member functions, right? That you should remember always. Friend functions are non-member functions. Okay, so how the functions are friend to the class? The function, well, friend may be a function or function template. This concept actually we will discuss later. What is template? There are two types of templates: are the class template as well as function template, right? So the friend function may be a function or function template or member function, or it may be a class or it may be a class template. Whatever it may be, in which case the entire class and all of its members are friends, right? Okay. Next, to declare a function as a friend, you want to declare one function as a friend, right? A friend of a class. What we should do is we should create a function and it precede the function prototypes in the class definition with a keyword called friend. So we should use the keyword called friend. Let us see with the example. Then you can understand very clear, right? So these are the points you should remember while you are using friend functions in C++. Okay. You just see here, these two you know that, right? Because of ANSYS, we have used here IOStream and using namespace std. Okay, so here I have created a class. The class name is called as box. We know that we know very well the syntax for creating classes: class name, open brace, and ends with the close brace ends with the semicolon. Inside we can define some properties. So here what I done here is with is a data member. See here, this is actually general member function we are declared here, right? Also, you know that how we are defined the function inside the class, how we are defining the function outside the class. That also we had a separate lecture. If you not understood, you just first see the lecture regards class member functions inside and outside the class, right? Yes, okay. So here we have defined one member function that is called void set width of one parameter, double width. And see here the same definition, but the class declaration is preceded with the keyword called friend. Friend followed by return type, function name, inside we have parameter. Such a type of declaration is actually friend function declaration. If your function declaration is preceded with the keyword called friend, then we can say this is the friend function. You see the difference between the definition, then you know. If we have declared inside the member function, the member function is defined outside the class with the general syntax called return type. The return type is void here. And next class name is box, right? And scope resolution operator. Set width is your function name, set width, and it has one parameter. That parameter we have defined here. And that value of WID is assigned to width. It means that this data type, sorry, this data member. Okay, so the member function is defined here outside the class. Okay, you just see here, is this member definition? Definitely not. Because if you want to define any function, member function outside the class, the syntax is void, not void, return type, class name, scope resolution operator, function name. But here it is general, normal function definition. It means that it uses void, function name, that is return type, function name, parameter, and definition, right? So this now this function have a friend of this class because this function is declared with the keyword called friend, with the keyword called friend. Now it will be friend of this class. Then what is the use of friend of this class? In the sense, if you're not declare this one, if you're not declare this statement, right, what happened, this is the non-member function actually. So this function does not have any rights to access the member of this class. What member? This function cannot be able to access width. This function cannot be able to access set width. But you have declared this function print width has friend inside the class, so it has rights to access the private member of this class. Don't confuse here, there is no private. How it is private, right? So already I told you that if you have not specified any access specifier in C++, by default it considered as private data member. So here width does not have any access specifier, so it's considered as private data member, right? So now it has right to access this data member. That is the main advantage of friend function. So now you just see box is a class name, this box is the object name, box dot set width of 10.0. What happened? Automatically the statement calls this width function, right? So width value is 10. Here WID value is 10 because here we call box set width of 10. So this width value is 10. That's 10 is assigned to width. It's over, right? And next, if you want to print width, you should call the object called width, right? Then what happened? This output of width box is printed. Okay, is it understood? Yes. Or otherwise you can simply call here inside the box, you can call here print width. If you called inside this set width, print width. my handwriting is not much clear with this pen because I'm not much familiar with this, right? Please be adjust. If you called inside this function, if you call this one, automatically it call here and it called box dot width, right? Width value is 10, then it prints width of the box is equal to 10. That is your output, right? I hope you understood about friend functions. If not much, I hope you at least understood a little bit what is friend functions. Thank you all for watching this lecture series. Thank you all.